Already, like, share, comment, helps us out in the algorithms and helps me do what I do for you guys every single day. Alrighty, getting into it. So by the title of the video, we are going over a knife manufacturer, and I'm reviewing them, just giving you my honest thoughts on the blade company itself and some of the products they offer. So the company we're going over this week is Benchmade Knives. Benchmade has been around, I think, since 2007. They offer a variety of different cutlery, anything from basic folding EDC knives to tactical knives, hunting knives, kitchen knives, you name it, they probably have it. They are in the upper echelon of EDC and hunting knives, I would say. Anything from $100 to close to $600 from what I've seen from the website. I have 3 different examples that I'm going to use as my reference point for this video. I have the Benchmade 583. This one I believe is discontinued. It's made with 154 cm grade steel. Very good little tool knife. This is my wife's EDC that she carries every single day here. Now, something I originally noticed is the first Benchmade I ever purchased. They are pretty high quality knives. Again, you can notice that with the saddle mount Skinner here and the Nimmervis. Very high quality. They are typically very, very light for the quality and the durability they have. They're typically made with very high quality steels. For example, these two right here, the Nimmervis being on top and the 583, 154 cm steel. Now that is a very, very good tool steel, very durable. Typically it doesn't chip as much and it's pretty corrosion resistant. However, if your blade does start to dull, it's not going to chip necessarily, it's more going to be folding. So the blade's going to fold over onto itself, becoming more and more dull the longer you use it, but very easily remedied with a good sharpening stone. Now, something I will say is that a lot of their knives are the tactical style knives, so if you're not into that, whatever. However, I will say, straight out of the box, these are all brand new knives when I got them, if not slightly used. A couple of these were used when I bought them from a close friend, but he never really used them. They come out of the box extremely, extremely sharp. Like, literally, like so sharp, you could probably go out and skin a deer with it. That's how sharp we're talking about, which is very, very good for the price point especially. And they're very high quality. Like I said, 154 cm for these two right here, along with S30V for the saddle mount Skinner. Now, the saddle mount Skinner is a little bit different. It's higher quality than the 154 cm, in my opinion. Now, it is different. It's got some walnut side plates here on the sides. You can tighten it with a little hex key. I believe that's 1/8 inch. However, I could be wrong. But yeah, I'll tell you what, something I do like about it too is how thin the blades are. I don't know if you can see this. I'm going to try to hold all 3 up here, but they are extremely, extremely thin. I mean, literally, I might do a torture test on one of these. I just have to come to grips with if one of them accidentally breaks during that, but they're extremely thin. But the good thing about 154 cm and S30V, a lot of the high quality steels, is you can forge it to be extremely tough along with being extremely thin, which allows Benchmade to get a very, very thin but yet strong knife. Now, this one right here is my EDC, the saddle mount Skinner. It is a hunting knife. However, I found that it is not only aesthetically pleasing, but a very, very, very good utility knife. And I've never really had any problems with it dinging. I've had a little bit of surface rust. I do live in a very humid area. As you can see, there's a little bit of surface rust down there. But typically, I have very acidic sweat too. You carry this in a sheath all day. Doesn't see much sunlight. You get a little bit of moisture in there. That's typically going to be normal. Just keep a good bit of, maintenance on these guys. If you're going to wear them every single day, put some oil on them, put some protecting substance. I typically use CLP, Rem oil's fine, any high oil stuff like that. Now, obviously, you don't want to get like lube all over your blade and it'd be buttery and cut yourself, but having a good thin layer of oil to protect your blades, especially in a humid environment, is very important. The same thing goes on the Nimmervis and the 583 here. This protective coating, the corrosion resistant coating, if you do ding that, you're getting a hell of a lot of rust real quick. That's something I've noticed, not on this knife, but on other knives very similar to this. So definitely keep an eye out for that. Some of the negatives, coming to think of it, when I did buy the saddle mount Skinner, the sheath was high quality, yes, but the clasp, it's not this sheath, but the clasp on the leather one, I'll see if I can put a picture of it in here for y'all. But the sheath clasp was very, very low quality. I don't think the QC was where it needed to be. So you can run into problems with that. When it comes to tolerances and the tightness of the blades, like for example, the side panels to the knives, I've never had a problem with them coming loose. Something I do like on the Benchmades that you don't get on other knives particularly is the ability to retighten it and switch out the side panels. So that is definitely a very, very nice thing. But a negative that prohibits a lot of people from being able to use this brand of knife is the cost. Now, obviously it is high quality, but you get into some other knives like the Buck knives. Gerber, not so much anymore. Their QC has kind of gone down the drain. I said it, I know. But even like your Mora knives, which are extremely high quality, extremely durable. I have a torture test of one of them, the most popular one, the Companion. Go check it out if you haven't. But you get into a knife like that for 10, 15, 20 bucks, the Mora knives in particular, along with some of the Buck Owl frames for $40 to $50. And you sit at something like this, which is a very good hunting knife, don't get me wrong, but you're paying anywhere from $140 to $200. Now, if you're in it for the long haul, a good knife like this is going to take care of you if you take care of it for your lifetime. But it is very restrictive, especially if you're just getting into the outdoors, getting into being a sportsman, fishing, hunting, etc. So definitely that is something to keep in mind. I wish they would offer like a more budget-friendly, something within the $50 to $70 range. But at the same time, I fear if that were to happen, you're going to lose some of that QC. When it comes to the more tactical knives, for example, the Nimmervis, the handle on it, it's like a weird, how would I say? It feels almost like cast iron. If you ever had like a cast iron tool or like a cast iron griddle for your grill, it feels very similar to that. However, it's got some nice stippling and texturing on the side panel here, which does keep it very, very grippable and usable, especially when wet. Something I will say that I'm not a big fan of on any knives are the serrations here at the end of the blade. So that's something definitely that I wish they wouldn't have put on it. However, there are models without that, so that's just on me for buying the wrong model. I will say this knife right here, I believe retails for $250, excuse me. Very high quality sheath. It's a drop leg style holster. I'll tell you what, if you need just a go to hell knife, these are the knife brand to do it. Now, I will say, for the folding knives, I've only had experience with this one, but it's not too bad. That is my personal opinion on these knives. If I left anything out, let me know down in the comments below. I only have 3 examples. If you have a model that's better or worse, cheaper, more expensive that you'd like to add a comment, let me know. I'd like to hear from you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and please have a fantastic day.